In the last lesson, I was talking about the fact that there are no verb tenses in German that compare to I have done or I have been doing. It's either I did or I do. Now, in this lesson, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that German also doesn't have a progressive verb tense. What does that mean? It means that you cannot express that something is happening right now simply by using a specific verb tense, such as the present progressive in English. For example, there is no way of saying I am reading or I am eating in German. You can only say I read or I eat. Let's have a closer look. I am reading the newspaper. If you translate this word for word, and that's what many German learners do, you get Ich bin lesen die Zeitung. That looks like an accurate translation, but it's wrong. What you do say is Ich lese die Zeitung. Literally, I read the newspaper. In German, there is no difference between I am reading the newspaper and I read the newspaper. Both are Ich lese die Zeitung. Another example. It is raining. This is what I hear a lot. Es ist regnet. A word-for-word translation. But unfortunately, that's not how we say it. In correct German, you say Es regnet. Alright, that was the present tense. Now let's check out some examples in the past tense, because in English there is the past progressive, or also called past continuous. He was cooking in the kitchen. And the following translation: war kochen in der Küche. What do you think? Is this correct? Exactly, it's not. He was cooking in the kitchen translates to hat in der Küche gekocht. Why? Because, again, in German there is no progressive verb tense, such as was doing or were doing. When an action happened in the past, you use the past tense. And in spoken German, that's usually the tense called perfect, that is formed with haben or sein and the past participle. Hat in der Küche gekocht. And here is another example. They were watching TV when he called. A word-for-word translation would look like this. Sie waren Fernsehen, wenn angerufen hat. But of course this is wrong, and you already know that you should use the past tense in German, and the correct translation looks like this. Sie haben ferngesehen, als angerufen hat. They were watching TV when he called. You might wonder, why is it als and not wenn? Don't worry, there will be a lesson on this topic later in the course. Okay, so the next question is, I get it, in German there is no continuous verb tense. But what do Germans do when they want to especially emphasize that something's happening right now? Well, the answer is, there is a workaround. We use the verb together with gerade, a word you could translate as at the moment. And gerade is usually placed after the verb. Kannst du mich später anrufen? Ich esse gerade. Can you call me later? I'm eating. Or as we literally say in German, I eat at the moment. Kannst du mich später anrufen? Ich esse gerade. Ich trinke gerade eine Tasse Kaffee. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. Ich trinke gerade eine Tasse Kaffee. Wir spielen gerade Basketball. Willst du mitspielen? We're playing basketball. Do you want to play along? Wir spielen gerade Basketball. Willst du mitspielen? Alright, so a short summary is that expressing the progressiveness of a verb is not possible in German by the sheer use of grammatical structures. I am doing something in English would be translated to the equivalent of I do something in German. And I was doing something in English would be translated to the equivalent of I did something in German. Having said that, there is a way of expressing that the action is taking place now, and that's the word gerade after the verb. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the discussion board, and I'll see you in the next lesson.